Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our next installment of stay-at-home safaris. We're out this morning. It's quite chilly, but a beautiful morning. Seems to be warming up quite quickly. I think we're gonna start looking for the lions. Neil had them last night, sort of moving through a block. So we're just trying to figure out where they go from there. But otherwise, I hope there'll be something exciting out there for us today. Quite interesting the pose that this young male elephant's giving us. Ears out, head very high up, and that tail almost extended. And we were speaking about that the other day in terms of the elephants just trying to make themselves look a bit bigger, especially this young male. He's obviously going through quite a bit of a change in his life and just trying to make himself look and feel bigger and therefore giving himself more confidence. So I just wanted to quickly go back to that female elephant, and we saw her feeding on those roundleaf teaks. This is a good example of a roundleaf teak bush or stem that pretty much hasn't been eaten by elephants. So this is a great example of a branch that has been chewed by an elephant, and you can see that all the bark from the bottom layer is missing. So she's obviously, or he has obviously taken it, and like a corn on the cob, has literally rotated it through her mouth and then taken off all of the bark and the cambium layer to get all of that nutrients off. Pretty amazing how nature works and how they can actually do that. So that was pretty cool. A yellow-billed hornbill with what looked like a centipede as a kill. And you saw him thrashing it around on the ground, just trying to kill it, and then down the gullet. So this is just a little shout out to Sarah and Emma Lehman. I hope that you girls are all good and that mom and dad are looking after you and sending lots of love. So in front of us we have a lovely herd of zebra. The stallion just joining from the back there. Really amazing to see the amount of zebra that we have in the clearings these days. So we spent a bit of time trying to track those lions. we've left tracking team with the tracks, and luckily enough the Leopard Hills guys managed to find the pack of 13 that we have been having sort of on the property for a while now. They did have a kill this morning. You see a bit of dried up blood on their face, but they've now all settled down in the shade. It's getting quite hot now, so they're going to start settling down for the day. But pretty amazing to see them nonetheless. So we have been incredibly lucky over the past sort of few weeks, and especially the lockdown period, to be able to see these wild dogs. I mean, they are critically endangered. To see the alpha female pregnant again, that really is amazing. But also to just be right next to them when the pups are playing. These are last year's, most of them are last year's pups that have managed to survive throughout the season. And really cool just to see how they communicate with each other and how they work with each other. Lions, leopards, obviously after a kill going almost straight to sleep, whereas the wild dogs tend to stay quite active for a while before they go completely fast asleep in the midday. So that was quite interesting what happened there. The dogs are on high alert now. You can see all ears up, all in quite a defensive sort of posture. They actually came across a clan of hyenas. And obviously we know the eternal sort of enemies between hyenas and wild dogs. Okay everyone, I think that's where we're gonna leave the wild dogs this morning. Pretty amazing to see them and to see them moving and up and interaction with that hyena. So because it's starting to get hot now, I think they're moving off. There's a little bit of a drainage just to the east of us. They might go to sleep there. But I think let's carry on with our drive and see if we can find anything else. Alright everyone, so we have something pretty cool. We're now getting down to the little things. So the tree behind me is a terminalia, or a silver cluster leaf. And that is basically what the name behind it is, the silver fine hairs on the leaf that's then got its name from. But what I actually really want to talk about is the gall wasps associated with this tree. So this tree specifically is parasitized by gall-making wasps, and they basically will sting the tree with a growth hormone, and from that it causes a localized sort of part of the tree to expand, and then the wasps are able to lay their eggs within that hardened gall, and that's how they reproduce. Alrighty everyone, after quite a frustrating afternoon and day trying to find the Mangaian pride, Dan and I decided to stay a little bit longer in the area, and Dan made an absolutely amazing spot across the drainage line, and we luckily found the Mangaian pride. Unfortunately no Ottawa male that we can see with them. We're hoping that they come out into the clearings and go for a drink, but really good that we can at least find them, and we'll see what they do from now. So it's quite interesting with this pride, especially this pride, we find actually hunt in the dark, deep of night, usually after midnight. Not that we can pretty much pinpoint when exactly, but as compared to the Ottawa pride, who generally we find hunt during the day or earlier on in the evening, the Mangaian pride choosing probably to use the darkness as their cover rather than anything else. So the three older females, definitely the more skilled hunters, and they've obviously worked out something that works for them, and they'll continue to use that, and teaching their daughters and generations to come what works for them. Alrighty everyone, it seems like they're settling down a little bit now, so we're going to leave them here. Pretty amazing day in the Savanna Game Reserve. Just shows you the little things also matter hugely on a game drive. So good night everyone, Stay safe, stay at home, and stay positive.